Incoming transmission.
Hey everybody, this is Ed with another Boosting the Signal, and this week my guest is Mary Fox. Hello, Mary. How are you?
Ed, it's a beautiful day. I'm happy to see you today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I don't know about you where you are, but here, super hot. And of course I have no air conditioning in my vehicle, so my wife and I broke down and bought like these fan things to put in and plug in, and lifesavers. I'm telling you, lifesavers. So they're getting a really good review. So, Mary, I gotta ask you off the bat, how did you come across and find boosting the signal? I'm always interested to find out.
I found out from a friend of mine, Wilfredo
Okay.
Torres, Uncle Pork Chop. You might know him online.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So I have a little like action figure support group for New England.
No, okay.
And he's a member. We met at one of Toy Galaxy's meetups in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a bunch of us
Wilfredo
New
was.
England shooters.
Yeah, Wilfredo was on the show. Well, last week's episode. It would have been a few weeks ago by the time this airs. And yeah, heck of a guy, heck of a nice guy. He's probably actually mentioned you tangentially when you mentioned having your toy group and such.
Mhm.
I'm going to assume he's probably purchased figures from you at some point. I don't know or
No,
anything
so we
or
so so we don't purchase figures, but we do support each other shooting. Like
oh, okay.
right. So like if you have a particular shot that you need help with, or you're just like, guys, I took this, I think it's awesome. We kind of share it in the group and
Wow.
kind of encourage more people to shoot.
Well, see, I like that. I wish I would have had something like that in my world about 4 years ago. I was really heavy into toy photography at the time, but it was getting nowhere, and it did feel like there. I mean, I appreciate a group like that. That's it was wonderful, and like at that time, I remember thinking, well, it's like everybody's helping everybody else except me, you know. But so I can understand the importance of that. So would that be the New England Toy Group that you were
Yes.
listed on that? So tell me, what's the beginnings of that New England Toy Group?
Well, we met I think it was like September uh 2019, before the end times. Before the end times. And I had kind of been poking around. So I've been on Instagram since 2013. This year's my 16th anniversary of action figure photography.
Wow.
So I was kind of poking around and seeing like, is there any other people? Am I just spitballing to the world? And then
I
I
like
found
that.
about Toy Galaxy, and I'm like, oh, okay. I've seen a couple of his videos. I'm not that far from Manchester. And then we just kind of started talking and having a great time.
That's good. Yeah, I can understand the thought of, am I doing this? Is anybody even seeing this? I get that. I love Toy Galaxy. I didn't even realize where they were based. But the in fact, every time I see a Boba Fett figure, I think about their channel.
The Boba
But
Set.
yes, yes, exactly. Um, the but yeah, no, I really like that. And I was going through a lot of your photography and stuff that you've done, just out of curiosity, and I think I know the answer, but just out of curiosity, do you have a favorite figure that you have focused on primarily through these years that you say, this is the one I have to take with me, and I have to get that shot?
Yep. I'm gonna say, and he's my ride or die. It's Thor: Age of Ultron.
Kind of thought that based upon your page and looking at what you have posted, I was
Yep.
gonna go with that or Captain America. I gotta be honest with you, I was leaning a little towards Captain America.
So I mean, when I started, I started in 2010. So I mean, I started out in like DC figures, DC Mattel figures, and then was like, oh, MCU figures. We'll kind of, dabble with those. And for the longest time, I was like, Cap, Cap, Cap. I mean, I've dressed up as Cap several times. There's pictures of me in cosplay as Cap. I've met Chris Evans and Haley Atwell. Um, but yeah, and I was in the army too, so I could really
Oh,
get behind that whole Captain America thing.
so that's fascinating. I love that you have the military background. What branch were you in, if I may ask?
I was army.
Oh, sweet. Okay. My father was as well. I I I have a true appreciation for all those that have served, and thank you. Um, but the Captain America, I saw your cosplay, and it's really good. You did a
Yep.
really great job with that. A fine attention to detail. Is cosplaying like when you go, do you do it for conventions, or is this like photo shoots as well?
I did have a stretch where I was living in Silverthorne, Colorado.
Oh, I've been through there.
Yeah. So I would dress up. I'd literally hop on the summit stage as Cap. I did volunteer work as Cap. I went to a lot of the festivals in either Breckenridge or Frisco as Cap.
Well, that's awesome.
But yeah, I've done conventions as well.
I've recently learned through the podcast here of different cosplayers that do, as you spoke of, like going to hospitals or doing charitable work and such as that. It was not an aspect of the cosplay universe that I had ever even been aware of. And now that like more and more, it's kind of like when your friend gets a new car, you see that car everywhere. Well,
Yes.
now that I'm learning about cosplayers that are doing these charitable, things, I'm hearing more and more about it. And like, as an example, to go on a tangent, so sort of, my family, we donate every year to a children's hospital in Seattle. We've never lived in Seattle. We've never been there, but we chose that to be something that we want every Christmas. My kid is grown up and gone, so we're not really buying for children. So let's help the
Yep.
children. And then I learned through the podcast, one of my former guests does cosplay charity at that same hospital. And it was like an inadvertent connection.
Hmm.
So it's a wonderful world, and I truly appreciate that. And I've seen your photos, and that's great. Um, yeah, and your Captain America is wonderful. Have you ever had a great like moment that has stuck with you in your charitable work as cosplaying?
Uh, I'm just trying to think. There's been a couple. Um, there is this thing when I go out where gentlemen would call me Miss America
Okay,
or Mrs. America, and I'm like, Captain has no gender.
right.
It's a rank.
It's an excellent point. Well, I
So
mean, and
I think I had some good conversations about that and got some really interesting feedback as well.
well, you mentioned Haley Atwell. I mean, she has been Captain America as well, and it wasn't, that's a really good, example of she wasn't Mrs. Captain America. She just was
Hmm.
Captain America.
Yep,
Good point. I like it.
yep,
I dig that.
yep. But no, it was a lot of fun, and sometimes I'd go to the grocery store with I had the magnetic clasp. It took me ages to figure that out.
And how does that work?
So basically, you have a crap ton of magnets on your shield, and then you have a whole bunch of magnets on your little the little vesting. Think stealth suit.
Okay.
How he has that little harness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you take that and you take magnets and you kind of hope it works.
Now, I can imagine that magnets, like a lot of them. Have you ever tried earth magnets?
Yes, I did neodymium.
Oh, okay. So
And
really
yeah,
strong ones.
yeah, really small. Actually, I have a funny story about meeting Haley Atwell in my costume with magnets.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, all right. So I was in Salt Lake City
Been there.
for the Salt Lake City convention, and I went because OMG, there was Sebastian Stan, there was Chris Evans, there was Haley Atwell. Like, stop us. I was living in Colorado at the time. I was only like 8 hours from Salt Lake.
Yeah.
So I took a road trip to Salt Lake from Silverthorne. And then I was like, they had this thing where they had like a little bit of a glitch with photo op selling.
Oh.
So they're like, "Oh, you didn't qualify for this." Or he's overbooked. They're like so they're like, "Do you want to do one with Haley for no extra charge?" We just don't have him has been kind of like sold out.
Oh.
So it's like, "Do you want to?" He's like, "Do you want to get one with him and Haley?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll get him with one and Haley."
Well, that's still pretty good. I have, is that on your Instagram? Do I need to scroll back further to find it?
Yeah, it's on my Insta.
Okay, I'll definitely go back and find it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm curious.
Yes. So, you know, if have you ever done a photo op with a celebrity before?
I now here's the thing. I've met my good fair share of celebrities, never at a convention. I've never been to a convention. I've never paid for photos with celebrities or for autographs because I've never met them in that type of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So no. And I am curious. I am curious. I have a friend I have a friend that does, like, he's in Paris right now
Mm-hmm.
at a convention posting pictures, and every one of them he's hugging them, loving on them, everything else, and I'm thinking, how much do you have to pay to get them to love on you? But I'm realizing it. He has gone so much that they know him by name, and like
Mm-hmm.
they're excited to see him just as much as he is them. So like, but then I have seen people like a friend of mine went to see Kevin Smith one day, and it was like let's pretend this is Kevin Smith. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, click, get away, and it was like no shame to Kevin Smith,
Mm-hmm.
but and it's like there's so many people in and out. So I am genuinely curious, how does that go? Because it's like sometimes it's like, oh look, it's my best friend, but then there's times it's like, yeah, or you're 5 feet apart from them, depending on who it is.
Honestly, it could be the day, it could be the people that run the convention.
Yeah.
I have to say, if you ever go to convention and John Barrowman is there, get a photo with John Barrowman. He's
I
an
would love to
absolute
do that.
delight. I've shot with him a couple times. He's an absolute pleasure to work with.
I'm a big John Barrowman fan. In 2010, yeah, 2009 and 2010, I went as Jack Harkness for like Halloween 2 years in a row. And people are like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I am the sexiest. That's who I am." Like I love Barrowman. I
I
follow him
have the
on.
coat.
Do you have the coat? I used to have the coat, but I don't have my coat
Yeah,
anymore.
my
I have
coat
the
is in the
watch.
closet. My coat is in the closet currently. I have done Jack. I
Oh
have
yeah.
never had so much fun cosplaying as when I've done Jack.
No, that would see, and I agree. I love everything Barrowman does. I love following him on social. He and his husband are a true delight.
Yep,
I've tried to tell people like if you're not following Barrowman, you're not doing socials correctly. 'Cause,
exactly.
but yeah, that's good. But you have met him. Tell me about meeting him.
Uh, Barrowman's lovely. Because he and Eve Miles were in Boston.
Ooh,
So I'm like, am I getting photo ops? Yes, I'm getting photo ops with them. And I just had gotten into Torchwood. My cousin had got me into Doctor Who. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like I can take it or leave it. Like I'll sit down and watch it, but it's not like something I'm going to go hunt for.
Yeah.
But Torchwood, I was like, OMG, Becky, who are all
What?
these
Okay.
people?
So when you went to Torchwood, did you start at the beginning?
Yep.
What do you think about Miracle Day? Because I liked Miracle Day, but I know it's kind of divisive.
Yeah. Um, I think I like Miracle Day more than I like Children of Earth.
Ooh,
And
ooh,
I
that's a hot take.
and Children of Earth is hard. Is
Wow.
hard.
Okay, okay.
Like my cousin stopped watching Torchwood after that. He was like, "Yep, I'm done."
Wow.
So I think anything beyond that, it's a little bit touchy. But
Okay.
I think it is cool that, his mortality was
Yeah.
challenged, that, and that's good. That's something meaty for him.
I where is it? I just got this for my birthday the other day. I'm trying to get all the physical Doctor Who's
Yep,
and specifically the Disney ones since that I know those will go away. But
yep,
Torchwood is I went through like I think it was about a week ago. We were watching Hijack on Apple,
yep.
and one of the actresses from Torchwood was in it, and I was like, I need to start picking up Torchwood physically because I have almost all the Doctors physically, but I
Hmm.
don't have the Torchwoods, and this is my reminder: get them. Um,
Yes, and I want to second physical media.
oh yes,
I am so frigging tired of hunting down stuff that I like and trying to find over 7 platforms
I agree.
the stuff that I want to watch. So
I
yeah,
agree.
I've gone back to buying physical.
I feel bad. A buddy of mine the other day came over and was telling me he discovered a show. I've never watched it. It's called SWAT, and I was like, okay, yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never
Hmm.
watched it. And he's like, I'm almost done with it. And I said, well, there's a spinoff coming out soon, and I saw just this morning. I'm telling him 2 days ago, oh, it's going to be
Hmm.
on Paramount Plus,
Hmm.
and I see this just this morning that no,
Hmm.
it's not. They sold it to Stars, so you have to get the Stars app. And I'm like, oh, he's not going to do that. Like nobody's going to watch it. Nobody's going to go get the Stars app. I I watched a show. Oh goodness gracious, I'm trying to remember the name of it now. It was about it had Jake Johnson in it, and it was about um, a magazine, a male erotic magazine that was made for women, made in the 70s. I cannot remember the name of it, but
No, it was like Hustle or something like that. It was some
something
kind
like that.
of, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so like the first season was on, I don't know, I think it was on Showtime or something, and it was fine.
Hmm.
Then it went to Stars, and I'm like, oh,
Yep.
no, I'm not gonna go get Stars just to watch it. I was like, there's a little thing called, torrenting. I'll learn how to do that, but Um, yeah, it's the sheer insanity of apps are and streaming services. It's too much. I'm all about physical. That's just something stupid. Not even sci-fi, but a Pauly Shore movie from 1993. I was
Oh,
trying
I've
to
seen
find.
that one.
Okay, so I was trying to find
Yeah,
this on streaming, and you can't stream it for free. You can buy it for like $7, $8, something like that. I said, well, I'm going to buy the DVD. It said on it 2023. No, that damn thing had black lines all the way around. It was a little tiny picture. And to make it worse, it was
yep,
vibrating the whole time. So your eyes were just like so much pain trying to watch this. I was like,
yep.
no, it's going in the garbage. Yeah, so I end up buying it digitally, and I hate that. But I
Mhm.
really wanted to see it, and you're right. And that the Doctor Who's are the same way. The Torchwood, I don't even know if you can watch Torchwood anywhere, like anywhere.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's on some streaming service,
Maybe in the BBC, I
somewhere.
mean, at UK probably, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might not be in this country, but yeah, sure.
yeah, that's. I mean, if you have a VPN, that's not too bad.
Yep.
Okay, so let's come back over a little bit to Star Trek here. I
Hmm.
or actually before we do that, I have a question that was going through my head just a little bit. I was thinking about your action figure group and stuff, and you have figures that you take pictures with.
Hmm.
Um, has there ever been a figure that has eluded you that you wish that you have been able to take pictures with? Something that you haven't been able to find?
Okay. So like a holy grail
Yeah.
type of thing. Okay. Well, Ramen Toys is coming out with a 112 Knight Rider, a 112 scale Knight Rider with Michael Knight, official.
Hmm.
So I haven't shot with it yet because it hasn't been released yet.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
it's like, and I was a huge fan back in the day. Like
Robin toys. You said
Ramen
Rob.
Toys. Yep.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yep.
I need.
Ramen just like the soup.
Oh, ramen. See, I was gonna write down
Ramen.
Robin. I was like,
Nope. Ramen like the soup.
yeah, I'm writing it down.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanna check that out. I love Knight Rider. I actually, interestingly enough, you want to go into Knight Rider. I always liked Goliath. I was always a Goliath guy, the big
Yep.
truck and stuff.
Yep.
And I think a lot of it with my mom when I was young, she was dating truck drivers, and or at least one. And I remember
Hmm.
just being enamored with the giant trucks, and so I think that was what it was. But man, I love a good Knight Rider toy. And so just got to ask,
Yep.
is it going to convert? Is it are we talking early seasons or later seasons with pursuit mode?
Okay. So yes, pursuit mode.
Okay.
Yes, light up.
Okay.
I think voice box.
Wait,
Actually, you know what?
no.
Give me a minute. I'm just gonna pull the dang thing up.
Okay. Well, and the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if the voice was in it. I know that the actor that was Kit has sold his voice off for like GPS systems. I know that so those are out there, and I would assume that I can't say for certain, but I would say that would be some sort of legality where they'd be allowed to use it.
Hmm. All right. Is it okay if I share my screen for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because I actually have it up. Yep, hang on. There we go. This is Ramen Toy,
Okay.
and this is
Oh.
the 112 Knight Rider.
Oh wow. That really, really looks like Hasselhoff too.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Let's
That's neat.
yeah, and we can go. There should be a way. Should go into. I'll see if I
Well,
can't
don't.
find the gallery for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
don't show the
oh
video. I don't
no,
want to.
I'm not gonna show the video. But look,
Okay.
Super
Okay.
Pursuit mode.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Light
yeah,
up
it does.
LCD. Plenty your
Yep.
modder.
I get it. I get it. I like that.
Yes.
Okay. So second quarter 27. So you're looking at August of next year.
August of next year. Yes.
Okay. So that's good. So with it having the super pursuit mode and everything else, it would have the ability to look like the later seasons and everything.
Yeah.
Very nice. I appreciate the.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm looking at it going, do I need a $300 plastic car with a little plastic man?
Well, see, we never need those
No,
things,
no,
but
no.
I'm
We
surrounded
never
by things I
need
don't
that.
need. But
Right, right.
it's still nice to have them and be able to say, like, hey, they gave me a little bit of happiness, and we're just shepherds for these items. Eventually, they become somebody
Yes.
else's later on. So.
Yes. Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah, Knight Rider's awesome. Some of my favorite memories were watching it when visiting my dad on a Tuesday night, and my mom would have bowling, and so I'd have to go to my dad's, and it was like getting to watch Knight Rider. I had a Knight Rider uh, lunchbox that I know when he passed was still sitting in his garage, and I didn't take it. I should have taken it. I It's one of those
Hmm.
things like I know it's worth a small fortune, but yeah, good memories, good
Yes,
memories.
I had my mom got me the Dash.
Oh,
You know when you got the little steering
yep.
wheel and the little
Mm.
shifter. Yeah, so she got me the Dash.
The one thing I wanted when I was a kid, I never got was the Power Wheels. Like, or no, maybe that's not
Yeah,
what they're called, but like where you're pedaling and you got the thing and
the
you
big
pedal.
wheels.
Big wheel, yeah.
Yes,
They
big
had the night.
wheels. Yes.
Yeah, I had that. Fun fact. This is a little inside my head. When I was a kid, I had baseball. I had a bike, and so my mom had put a basket on the front of my bike, which if anybody knowing if you grew up in the 80s, you're going to get your ass beat for having or at least
Right, right.
ridiculed.
It's like your sister's bike.
Exactly. So, but I had this metal wireframe basket on there, and I figured out that I could tilt it back and kind of give it like a kind of a swoop. So that was my
Yep.
Night Rider. It was like whenever I was going Night Rider, it was like I bent that thing back, and I was like, all right, now I'm cool. As long as that basket was bent, I was
Yep.
cool. Um, so, but I don't think I've ever actually told anybody that. So my mom is watching this right now, finding out,
Yep.
going, so that's why that basket was bent.
Yep. It all comes out in the end, man.
Yeah, it does. Sorry, mom. Um, but yeah, I So now back to Star Trek just a little bit. Something I really love to ask is, what's your Star Trek story? What brought you to Star Trek?
I would say I watched the reruns in the 80s. I think I watched it on like Channel 8 on
Oh,
Saturday afternoons.
okay.
And then I remember watching the first couple of seasons of Next Generation. And it was one of those things like you could watch as a family. Your parents would, yeah, let's go sit and watch Star Trek.
Well, that's always good.
And then about high schoolish, Deep Space Nine came out.
Medea Stein.
Yes. And I was like, oh wow, they can hit really hard. Like you can go deeper into these things via sci-fi. And sci-fi's always been a fantastic vehicle
Oh yeah.
for doing social justice and doing all these deeper stories that would be difficult in any other way.
That's the one thing I always appreciated about 1960s television, be it the original series and even
Hmm.
the 1950s with Twilight Zone, is the analogies. There's so many different analogies for things, and it's interesting when you find people that say I'm against this or I'm against that. And I was like, yeah, but do you like Star Trek? Did you like this? Yeah. Then do you not see the analogy? Don't you understand the hypocrisy of what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
And it's it shows. I mean, I know I'm no fool. I understand that for like Gene Roddenberry and for Rod Serling, they were jobs. They were things that they were doing to support their family. They were writing, and
Mhm.
it's but in retrospect they end up becoming icons for what they have represented. But and that's great. But I don't know if they understood at the time what they were making and what they were going to represent in the future. So
Well,
it's
I do know that there's that famous story about Nicole Nichols.
oh, Nichelle.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nichelle Nichols
Yeah,
being told by Martin Luther King Jr.
correct.
to stay on the show
Yeah,
because his daughter had never seen a black woman who's not a maid or anything on TV before.
yeah, yeah,
I
and
mean,
and it's a wonderful story, and I'm glad that it happened. She was essentially the voice of the ship. She was the nothing happened without her voice, and
yeah,
and it was a lot of great power. And that's the thing. Like you spoke of it's just there's not Mrs. America, it's Captain. When you think
Hmm.
about rank, that's the one thing about the original series that really set the tone for it. It wasn't, hey, is that your black lieutenant or is that your Russian, ensign? Nobody
Hmm.
was ever referred to by their, their skin color or their ethnicity. It was always their rank. You had Lieutenant Uhura, you had Ensign Chekhov, you had Lieutenant Sulu, whatever, and that was wonderful. There, not one time will you ever. Okay, I can't say not one time. There was the episode with Abraham Lincoln, but let's not get into that one. But there was a. That's the only time I think there was ever a reference that it was a black woman, and it
Hmm.
was because of Abraham Lincoln.
Right,
Thanks,
right.
Abe. But but for the most part, 99% of it was never, this person is that person. It's you're
Hmm.
a human. You're an individual, and that's all that mattered. And that's like even like in I don't want to get into what it was, but a couple of days ago,
Hmm.
as someone was over visiting, and they referred to somebody as a gay individual, and it was my son, who my son is homosexual as well, and I was like, I asked him, I said, don't refer to someone as the gay guy over there. He's just the guy. I said,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to be referred to as the gay guy all the time. And it made him think. And he stopped and he thought about it. And I said, it's the person first. It's not who they are, their color of their skin, or it's not the color of their skin or their ethnicity or their sexuality. I said, it's the person first. And to him, like he didn't even think about it. He said it. And I was just like,
Hmm.
no, it proves, I guess, I'm still being a father, even though he's almost
Hmm.
30.
Yeah.
But and I think that comes from Star Trek. Um, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean honestly, like I've been out of the army for just shy of 20 years. If Starfleet showed up, I would enlist in Starfleet. If it, I would pack my bags, go to San Francisco, and join Starfleet.
I would too, but here's the thing. All those cartoon representations like on Family Guy or Simpsons of the fat Jim
Yes,
Kirk? That's
yes.
me. I'm the fat Jim Kirk. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna. That's. Unfortunately, I'm not passing any physical requirements for
Right,
Starfleet,
right.
but I'm willing to be an admiral. Um.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to get through the red shirt phase, obviously.
Oh. I'm
Oh,
like,
sorry, man. It was nice to know
yeah,
you.
yeah. It's too late. But yeah. So when it comes to Star Trek, do you have, and this is something I've been trying to add into the show, do you have a Star Trek hot take, something about Star Trek that you would change?
Ooh. Um, don't have Dr. Polanski come in third season and replace Crusher.
Oh, that's so good. I can I can appreciate that. No Pulaski. I'm okay with no Pulaski.
Yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with the actress or anything, but I'm sorry. You have a Dr. Crusher. How are you going to follow a Dr. Crusher with a Dr. Polanski?
No, no. Can't do it. Not only that, but she
No,
can't even say Data's name properly. You know?
no.
That's good. I like
Yeah,
that's probably the best hot take I've heard yet. I So I can appreciate that one
yeah.
for sure. Do you collect Star Trek? Anything Star Trek?
I mean, I had some stuff as a kid. Like, I had one of the Enterprises,
Oh yeah.
so it would hang from my bedroom ceiling. And I did have for a little while the TNG, the Next Generation Bridge
Oh,
done
everybody
by,
had that but me.
yeah, so I got it from a friend of mine who, like, was like, oh yeah, we had it in our barn. Like, I played with it a little bit, and I'm like, I figured you'd like it.
I got the wrong friends.
But yeah, no, it was in excellent condition. I mean, the terminals were clean, so you could put the batteries in. I had a couple of figures, and then I passed it along to the next generation. I gave it
Well,
to a friend of mine so she had a daughter.
well,
And
there.
I'm like, okay, we'll pass this on.
Well, like I said, we're all stewards of these things right now. We're just holding on to them until somebody else come along. I've told my wife, I said, anything ever happens to me, I said, just get on my social channels, ask anybody if they want anything, and help them out.
Hmm.
Because there's plenty of people that say, "Oh, you have this," or "Oh, you have that." Like,
Hmm.
don't worry, man. Something happens to me, you can get it.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like which this is why I don't tell people where I live, so they don't make it happen sooner.
Well, so basically, my cousin Jason told me if anything happened to him, I got his GI Joes.
Oh.
What I discovered is you can't hire a good enough hitman. He still lives. I still don't have the GI Joes.
We at Boosting the Signal do not condone having hitmen go after your cousin. So they get just for the people, gotta put it out there. Interestingly enough, last week's episode I had to put out one about choking. I got all these warnings I got to put on the screen. Now I like GI Joe. I here's my thing. Maybe I'm a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but maybe I'm a bad person. My
Uh-huh.
favorite GI Joe is Cobra Commander. I'm a Cobra
I
Commander
mean,
guy.
okay. I would say you have questionable taste. I wouldn't say you're a bad person. I would say you have questionable taste.
Okay, okay, that works. As I say, I have my Cobra Commander section. It's up there out of view, but
Yep.
I got the big helmet and everything. And I
Yep.
remember one time, like I would buy up the Funko Pops, and I had a I had a Cobra Commander, and they were doing like photo contests they would do on the line, and they had like one week or one of them was like your doppelganger. So I was like,
Hmm.
well, I'll wear that. I had a Cobra Commander shirt and I was holding the Cobra Commander pop. Probably my best picture I ever took. And to get back to the not getting the love when you take pictures, I think
Yep.
I got 30 likes total. You know,
Right. But think about it this way.
yeah,
If 30 people on the street said you looked cool,
true, true.
you would think, "Hey man, I did all right."
That's a good way of looking at it. It's a good way. The 30 people that didn't laugh at me, that's great. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know,
And I've been doing this so long where I mean, yes, you want to chase the likes,
oh yeah,
but in the end, man, it's not worth it. I mean, it's not worth it to chase the likes.
no, and
Like,
you're right.
yeah, like I mean, if I have 30 stoked people, I am happy to have 30 stoked people. If I have 100 stoked people, I'm happy to have 100 stoked people. If I got one stoked person, I'm happy to have one stoked person.
It's a good way of looking at it. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I So is there anything you're looking forward to other than Knight Rider in the future? Like in the collectible world as it were, or
I just got the new He-Man
those are
and
looking
Battle
good.
Cat.
Those are great looking figures.
They're gorgeous. And they're made by Mattel.
Yeah.
So Mattel had the license for DC figures till about 2015-ish,
Well, they get it back next
2016-ish.
year.
They get right.
Yeah.
So and then McFarlane took over and created the whole 7-inch line.
Yeah, the He-Man, like I want the He-Man and the Skeletor. Like I have my He-Man section. But
Hmm.
the one thing that was really thing I've noticed that there's multiple versions. Like the Skeletor is being reissued with a darker darker palette with
Uh-huh.
teeth that were missing,
Hmm.
and the He-Man, the chest plate was translucent, and now they have better face paint.
Hmm.
Or and I was like, okay, maybe it was good that I waited. Maybe I'm glad that I didn't go and get them right away and stuff. Um, and I've seen this one guy, somebody I don't know who it is, male, female, whatever, had customized it and like cut the loincloth
Yep.
and make it. I was like, it was such a great idea. It was just
Yes.
so yeah, those
So
are great.
so I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
So I just saw for San Diego this year,
Yeah.
Mattel is releasing Jim Bro Skeletor.
Oh wow. So we're going old school, like the old, like demonic, evil looking version.
No, 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 no. Like, did you have you seen the film?
Yeah.
The He-Man film?
Yeah. The new
Where they're in
one?
the
No,
yeah,
you're
the new
not even.
one.
No, no, not the new one.
Okay, so spoiler alert to anyone who's not seen it, there is a scene where Skeletor is in a gym outfit, like he's going to work out.
Oh, okay.
And
That sounds fun.
he has the hoodie on, he has the weights. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, and it's not playing around here anymore. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So, but it is definitely. I already pre-ordered the Blu-ray. So,
Gorgeous. That works
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, physical media. When we're not on the podcast, I'll show you my physical media collection.
Yep.
So, yeah, when it comes to that. So I assume you are a physical media person as well. Um,
Ish. I mean,
ish.
I had a huge collection, then I digitized it, so I still have it. And then I was like, I might get back into having it because there's sometimes like I don't know what drive it's on. I'm not going to spend all this time searching for what drive if the box is right there.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I have 90% of mine digitized as well. And then the biggest problem was where is it? I got it's over here. One fail on me last year and I lost like 16,000 films. And
Hmm.
that was like the worst day. I mean, the only saving grace was my sister-in-law had a backup. Like I had given her maybe 75% of them
Yep.
through the years, so I was able to get some of them back. And but that first 5 minutes of corrupted data, and I was just like, oh, and that's my wife had asked me the other day. We have all of our home videos and everything else I have backed up on external hard drive.
Hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, is this the one that has all of our pictures on it?" I said, "It's one of four." I said because I said, "No, I mean, I'm not going to put everything on one and just pretend that that's going to last forever." I said, "It's backed up in
Okay.
multiple locations."
I was gonna say, do you do like the 3, 2, 1?
Well, no, everything is backed up. Okay, so and then every 6 months I'll take everything that has happened in the last 6 months and then transfer to the other ones. And
Hmm.
then just I'm just really I might be crazy, but I don't know. But it's like I've always said, heaven forbid there's ever a house fire. The first thing I'm going to grab is going to be those. That's it. That's all of our family photos, our family
Hmm.
home videos. That's everything over the last. Like I have videos of my grandfather from 1984 before he passed away, digitized from VHS. I don't want to lose those.
Hmm.
And like I've told her, if something happened to me, it goes to my cousin,
Hmm.
like because I have a cousin of mine that I know is younger than me, has the has a family, would preserve it and would keep it going so that way the
Yep.
family doesn't lose the memories. I've
Yeah.
offered it to my family in the past and they didn't want it and I was like, okay, I'm still
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, you should keep one on site,
mhm.
another one off site, and another one in the cloud if possible. I hear Carbonite's a really good solution.
I have no cloud. Like I have never clouded anything. Like
Hmm.
ever. Like when every time I get a new phone, it says cloud access, I always disable cloud
Hmm.
access. I have never put anything on the cloud.
I'm not for all clouds, but I mean, it is a nice way of having stuff. But
Yeah.
no, like cloud, like OneDrive can fucking eat it. I hate
Yeah.
OneDrive.
I disabled OneDrive as soon as I bought my new laptop. So
I have four of them, and it's the first thing I do when I get my network
yeah,
is I literally delete OneDrive. It's like I have a network already. I don't need your help.
yeah. That's everything. Everything is. I try to keep everything pretty self-contained. That way, nothing's
Yep.
hackable. The closest
Mhm.
I will get to cloud access would be buying pictures on like what's it like? What's not? It's one of those places where you send your pictures and get them printed, like Shutterfly.
Yeah,
So,
you've got
so
Shutterfly, or you can go to
yeah,
Walmart.com, or you can.
yeah.
There's all these places. I mean,
So like,
if you want to get storage, you could get a NAS, which is a
okay,
network access storage, and that never has to leave your house.
hmm,
It's a deeper form of storage
I'll have to check that out.
that you could network.
I'll have to check that out for sure.
Yes, but it's not matter when it happened. It's not an if. Drives die. It's not
Oh,
an if it happens. It's a when it happens.
oh yeah, yeah. That's and for the most part, I'm aware. I'm aware, and that's why I keep backing things up and
Hmm.
buying new ones. And like the one that it had a 20-year life on it. Yeah, whatever.
Right. Well, the thing is, the data is so new. We've never had, so for archival stuff, usually what we have is a physical object that
Yeah,
has been studied for a number of years. Like we know how to preserve photographs. We know how to preserve paper. Uh, we're still in the process of learning how to preserve film
yeah,
as a medium. So we just don't have the time frame to really see how long hard drives last.
yeah. It is interesting. I mean, you talk about the film. I think about that, and I think about something else, and even paper. Like I watch those videos where people are preserving old movie posters, and it just makes me nervous because I'm like, oh, you're gonna destroy it. You're gonna destroy it. And then it's hard watching those, but I yeah, it is what it is. Um, I do want to get take a chance and give you an opportunity to let everybody know where to find you and do your moment of self promotion.
Self promotion. Well, you can find me anywhere on the internet at Mary Fox Firebird. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Insta. I am no longer on Twitter, and I
What?
refuse to call it X.
No, the evil bird.
Evil Bird.
Yep.
Evil Bird. I'm on Threads as Mary Fox Firebird. So if you look me up, you'll find me in all those. It's my name and it's a Knight Rider reference.
Well, see, I was wondering about the Firebird thing, if it was the Knight Rider, or and
It's a Knight Rider reference.
the first thing I thought about was I don't know if you see the new Jack Quaid Superman cartoon.
Yes. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's gorgeous. I
yeah.
love that
Well,
cartoon.
Jimmy Olsen, he's Jimmy Firebird,
Yep.
and so I was like, and as soon as you said that, I'm thinking, oh, maybe she's a Superman fan, like,
I I am 100% a Superman fan, but I've had Mary Fox Firebird as an email. It was my first out of school. It was my first out of school email address.
that's cool. Yeah, I don't use my original email address anymore simply because it was really inappropriate and you can't send off to professional companies and be like, oh yeah, what's your email? Can I just write it down? I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah,
you
like
know.
Death Robot 73 at Proton Mail.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So, but anybody that knows me, they know. So,
Yep,
but
yep,
well, I appreciate your time. I really do, and I'm glad that you came on here and we had this talk specifically about Berriman. That was great.
yes.
Any chance to talk about Berriman and John Berriman, if you're watching and you want to come on, we can talk. I was like, I'll give you 20 minutes. No, but no, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And stick with me.
Yes, absolutely. It's a pleasure, Ed. Thank
Well,
you.
you're very welcome. Thank you.